we are for another episode of
Shut Up and Listen,
Small Town Stories
with Sarah
and Renee. And our episode today is all about our favorite things because we're gearing up for Christmas. And so we're going to talk about our favorite things.
Oh, you said that like really fast.
I've had a lot of coffee this morning.
Have you?
A bit.
Is it because you're so excited about the upcoming holidays?
I am excited about our favorite things episode. And for that, I kind of went and, had some of my favorite coffee this morning. And so I might be a little over-caffeinated.
Okay. I'm glad that you have warned me.
Yes.
We go down this path together today. And
it sounds like that's going to be such a challenge.
Well, it's not.
Okay.
Because anyone that knows me knows how much I love to shop.
This is true.
And for me, Christmas is go big or go home.
Your family is huge on Christmas.
We're very big on Christmas, probably overly so. But we do spend a lot of time and put a lot of thought and effort into the gifts that we give each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we do try and get creative and try and get away from some of the big box standards.
Yes.
And that's really what this episode is about. If you hear about Fostoria of years ago, there was so much shopping that was available. And then there was a period where that dissipated a little bit.
Yes.
And it's coming back.
It is.
And we have talked about this with each other and so many other people, but there are multiple places in the community, some that you probably immediately think of and some that you might not think about, where you can go and get those unique Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, graduation gifts, but today we're going to focus on Christmas for your loved ones.
Yeah, right here in Fostoria. I know we had this conversation not that terribly long ago. We take a walk downtown from our offices on a regular basis to go get coffee at Java's Enchanted Bean, which it's a regular stop for us.
It is.
And we were putting together some baskets to donate to various events. And we, for the first time, were able to do all of that just in a walk downtown and back.
Absolutely.
Which is such a refreshing and really exciting thing. So I'm excited today just to feature all of the things that we love, that we purchase here in Fostoria, that you can easily gift.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's jump right in.
Okay, let's get started because we have kind of a little display here sitting next to us. When we started putting this episode together, we realized, well, we do spend a lot of time together. So a lot of our favorite things are very similar.
It's true.
So we tried to diversify just a little bit today so we could give more variety.
Absolutely. Well, let's start. You mentioned Java's Enchanted Bean.
Yes, the new coffee shop in downtown Fostoria.
And you are absolutely correct. We are there multiple times a week. We may or may not have a problem.
And they kind of know our drink order oftentimes we walk into.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And heaven forbid we walk in one without the other.
Because then they worry.
They get concerned. But for the coffee drinkers and lovers in your life, there's so much. I know today I am drinking out of my Java's Enchanted Bean coffee travel mug, and they have gift cards available, and you actually buy their coffee.
I do. I buy the whole bean coffee there at Java's. They actually sell bailiwicks coffee, which is roasted right in Tiffin, Ohio, and there is a shop there. But I love that Deanna, the owner of Java's, locally sources everything. So that coffee comes from Tiffin. I've tried a couple different varieties. I do love the Scottish grog that they serve there. But today I have hazelnut. I've also bought the Buckeye flavored coffee. It's all delicious and you can just smell it to it. It's wonderful. So I do love that. And it also makes a great hostess gift. So I buy these for me at home. I typically try to have a couple extra floating around. So especially with the holidays coming, whether it be coffee, a bottle of wine, or just something, a nice little unique item. If you get invited to a party last minute or need something as a hostess gift, this is a great thing as well.
And at Java's, they do sell a couple specialty candles that are simply sold within Java's that are done by Serendip Candles.
Also another local
which
company.
Is one of my favorite candle producers, mother-daughter team.
Mhm.
I have with me today their apple and brown sugar.
And I brought their tobacco and bay leaf, which is good for, I think, any season.
It is, and they change their scent seasonally.
Mm-hmm.
And they are soy wax candles. And if you want to follow them on their social media, I cannot believe how much I did not know about burning a candle
I would agree.
that I have learned.
You know.
I think up until the last 6 months have done everything wrong.
Me
when it comes
too.
to burning a candle.
Because I got super frustrated when I would light a candle and then, you blow it out, you move on, and you light it again, and it would never burn evenly. Well, they're the ones that taught me about a memory burn.
memory burn, yes.
Well, the first time you burn your candle, you have to make sure the entire top layer of wax is melted, and then you can blow it out, and from then on, it'll burn evenly. I had no idea.
You should never burn a candle more than 4 hours.
Again, I don't need to probably abide by that a little bit better.
Yes.
But so those are another thing we and those can be found if you're looking for coffee scent. Those are at Java's Enchanted Bean. If you're looking for any of their scents or seasonal scents, they're also offered at the Thistle Exchange, which is right next to Java's Enchanted Bean.
It is.
In Fostoria.
And since you brought up the Thistle, there is a facility that has a variety of things.
Yes.
Everything from clothing
Mhm.
to novelty items. I know I brought with me, just picked it up yesterday in the store. They have some of their brew bread mixes, and they are mimosa muffins. I don't know. First, I thought I was buying them for myself, but I've opted not to since we're getting close to the holidays. I'll gift to them. But, you always have those people in your life that you're really not sure what to get them, or you get them something, but you just need a little something extra to round out the gift. And it's these kind of things that are lifesavers. They really are.
Mm-hmm. And, you said Thistle. So Thistle's set up as a shared retail space. So there's multiple different vendors within that store. So personally, I made an effort to wear items I bought at the Thistle today. So there is the Urban Market that has a booth in the back of the Thistle that has clothing and jewelry. And there's also a storefront in downtown Findlay, and she actually just opened one, I believe, in Hilliard, Ohio as well. But the sweater I'm wearing is absolutely one of my favorite sweaters. It's just super soft and super cozy, and I love it.
You do wear it a lot in the winter,
I
and
do.
it does, just the look of it makes me feel warm.
It is. It's just super cozy, and I love it. So this I bought at the Urban Market inside the Thistle. The jeans I'm wearing today are Can jeans, which are one of my favorites. You can get those at multiple places, but she sells those at the Urban Market. So I love that I can get those right there. I do like accessories, so I'm semi-obsessed with the earrings that you can buy.
This is shocking news to me, Sarah. Shocking.
So I'm actually wearing one of my favorite pairs that I bought these at the Thistle. These are, I believe, Otis and Wayne. They're super lightweight, which I like about them. I brought some other pairs as well because I couldn't really narrow it down. These are little leopard print numbers that I do wear a lot. These I actually bought at the Urban Market inside the Thistle, and then these are other Otis and Waynes that I love. So I couldn't narrow it down in the last couple of days when I was trying to decide which ones I really wanted to feature because, well, I love them all so much. So, yeah. Those are things, and we were just in the Thistle yesterday, and I picked up some seasonal items for a gift for coworkers. They have pajamas in there.
They do.
Hot chocolate bombs.
They're
all different soaps.
Decked out for Christmas.
Yes.
So if you're looking for Christmas decor items, they've got those. They have some Fostoria specific gifts that you can purchase. I noticed they've got different sauces in there now.
Yeah, the variety,
Yes.
they really are. Every time we go in, I think we find something different in there, which I really like about the Thistle.
Absolutely. I would like it noted to our listeners that before we started this podcast, you did tell me that I was moderately high maintenance. And as I sit here looking at you adoringly, listening to you talk about your accessories and the things you brought, I think the same could be said about you. Perhaps that's why we get along.
Perhaps it is. I just don't own it because, well, I have to, monitor my spending a little bit. Actually, that's not true. I just don't like to share how much I buy for myself. So let's see. What else do we have here under the tree? I guess if we're talking about,
let's stay in the same block,
yes.
Shall we?
So we were talking about storefronts in the Foster block,
correct,
which would also include the Urban Woody Brewery and the Honeybee Winery.
Yes. And so, of course, I brought with me today my very favorite wine, the Rome, from the Honeybee Winery. It's their sweet wine. It's white, my favorite.
Oh, like
highly recommend it. You are hilarious today. I would like it noted that this is the first winery in Seneca County. So if you know someone that perhaps lived in the area that has moved away, this is a very unique gift to give them. I have also used their wine as gifts for, dinners and different smaller events, but very reasonably priced and all done right here in Fostoria, Ohio.
And they have more, I think they have at least 6 different varieties now. I know they continue to add. And they're all named to give a nod to something Fostoria related, which I really appreciate. There's the Rome, the Risden, the Fostorian, the quilt, which is a nod to the barn quilts within the community. So it's always just really neat when they roll out a new wine, and it always has a significant name. So along those same lines, since I knew you would bring wine, I brought my little howler, because it's not a growler, because it's smaller, from the Urban Woody. So they have a rotating tap list as well, but all of their beers that they serve are brewed right here in Fostoria. So I brought mine because you can get your favorite. Right now on tap, my favorite is the What the Hell Is Going On. It's a lager, but there are many other delicious beers that they have to offer. So, and they do usually roll out some seasonal ones as well. So you can always get one of these, fill it up, give it as a gift, or maybe it's just a gift for yourself as well.
Well, sometimes you just need a little help getting through the holidays.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do.
And to each their own. No judgment from Sarah and Renee.
So if we move out of the Foster block and we kind of traverse through downtown, there, of course, you talked at the beginning of the episode about, there used to be a lot of retail in Fostoria, and people would always have that nostalgia of walking the streets and shopping. But one of kind of those mainstays that we're very fortunate to still have is, of course, Kaminsky Jewelers.
Yep.
They're still here, and beautiful store on the inside. And I think if you're looking for a special item for somebody and it's jewelry, that's a wonderful place to go.
I agree. I was in there and got something for my mother last year for Christmas. They were so helpful, wonderful to work with. I didn't bring it with me today because she does wear it regularly, and I didn't have the heart to demand a gift back from my mother for whatever reason. I don't think she would have approved. So I let that one go. But yes, they have rings, bracelets, you name it, any kind of jewelry, and they are incredibly knowledgeable.
They are, and what I appreciate about like the personal service that you get in there, but also there's a wide variety of price ranges. So I think sometimes people think of a jeweler and you go in there that, you're going to be spending a lot of money. I think they really do a nice job of having jewelry and gifts at all different price levels. I know I have some really special gifts that people purchased for me from Kaminsky's. I have a bracelet that my husband gifted me one Christmas. And then I have this bracelet that I wear a lot, and it does have really special meaning to me. And it was purchased at Kaminsky's. My mother-in-law bought this for me, and it's a special mother's bracelet. So I wear it, and it helps me to remember her, and it's very special. So, I just encourage, pop in, see what they have to offer.
Absolutely. And Kaminsky's, they do gift wrapping.
They
so
do.
If you're
it takes all the work out of it for
individuals that are not all about wrapping gifts and things like that, they are also there to help with that.
Yes. So then we can kind of keep moving, I guess, down the street if we're kind of looking at it as we're taking a tour. Of course, there's Beyond Laser Creations.
There is.
That's a couple doors down from Kaminsky's. And really, I think what's really neat about Beyond Laser Creations is she has items in the store that you can pick from and personalize. items that are ready to go, or if you're looking for something unique and you have a vision, she can usually make that happen for you.
She absolutely can. And that brings me to what I brought. So
I love this.
We have a tradition in my family that started decades and decades ago with people well before my time. And we get together as a family every year and do holiday cookies. And it is a recipe that has been handed down. And I took the old recipe cards and had her engrave them onto cutting boards for myself, my sister, and actually my mother. And it's my mother's handwriting. And obviously she cried when she saw it.
Yeah.
But we took it so we would all have the recipe for hopefully decades to come and didn't worry about losing a small piece of paper. But also put with it, made a basket and put all the ingredients to make the cookies and the frosting. And it just made a wonderful holiday gift. And she can personalize anything.
Yes.
She does
cups. So we have, I'm sure if you've listened or watched not listened because you wouldn't see it, but we've talked about it before and in our pictures. I do know that you own multiple cups that came from Beyond Laser. I have one with me today.
I brought a water bottle.
And we gift them often.
Just did it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we do that quite often. And then, she also does embroidery now. So if you have something you want, whether it's a shirt, a hat, a coat with something special on it, there's wreaths, there's door hangers. Some things that I've gotten down there that I love to gift or put in gift baskets. She has these like little sachets. If I can get it out from under the tree here. And some just have like the actual like companies, not Beyond Laser, but the manufacturer of these on it. And then there's others that have little inspirational messages on them. This one says, "Be brave enough to be yourself." And it smells absolutely amazing.
Keep one in my car. I've got one in my office at work and at home.
So do I.
They last
forever.
For so long.
Yes. And it even has like a little stand on it. You can stand up. I slip it under like pieces of furniture or under my car seat. But this is also something else. It's like a nice basket filler if you're putting something together. There are car freshener ones she has in same sense. But this I think is just a nice ready to go. Like if you just need something to walk in. Other things that I like to add to gifts that I pick up when I'm in there that she usually has ready to go. She has just little wooden pieces with little inspirational messages and quotes on them. They'll fit into a card. They fit into a basket. They're nice to hand off, put in a thank you note. So I love to have these on hand to gift to people. Also,
way to pose for that picture, Sarah.
Well, I moved just as she went to take the photo. Sorry. I forget we're being watched sometimes. And then something else cute, and I know you've picked these up and used them, and so have I, and they're little pocket hugs.
Yep.
And so they're usually like little animals, and it says a pocket hug on it, and it's just nice to give. They're more geared towards kids, so it's just nice to pass on.
I'll be honest with you, I've sent them in cards to adults that I know, maybe somebody's having a bad week or something like that, and you put it in a card with a little note, and it's just an unexpected surprise.
Yeah, it's just fun. I put them in my kids' book bags for the first day of school just so they find them whenever.
Yep.
But then she has seasonal ones that I think are adorable. I picked them up for my niece and nephews just to put in their Christmas cards and with their gifts, and they're called little Christmas hugs, and they have little gnomes, and they're all different little characters. So I love those. And then not just Christmas related, another gift that I have sent in the past, and I have another one that is ready for Christmas. She has keychains, and the keychains are like little bracelet keychains, and you can get whatever you want on the little wooden disc. So I did it for a friend of mine who is going through some challenging times. We kind of have a little saying as a group about what a herd of female elephants will do, and they circle each other and they kick up the dust to protect them if one is injured. So I just had a little elephant put on one side. Sorry, can get a little emotional. And just on the back, I just kind of put that little saying reminding her that her elephants are kicking up the dust for her, and we're praying for her and pulling for her. So I sent that off, and they're just a great way, because how many times do you pick up your car keys in a day?
And what I love about this particular gift as well is you will stand there while she does it.
She did this. I bought this one yesterday, and we were in and out of there.
She will ask you what you want on it. She will ask you about the font.
Yeah.
And then you can watch her produce it.
Yeah, put it in the laser. And so, spoiler alert, I bought this one for my daughter, who will turn 16 this year, so she's going to be driving. She's super excited about it. So I got her a keychain with her name on it, and then of course on the back it says "Make good choices, love mom." Just a little mom voice in her head, hopefully, as she gets behind the wheel of a car. So yeah, that'll go in her stocking. But really, the sky's the limit down there of what you could want.
It is, and I know she's doing a lot of business right now with businesses.
Yeah, it's a lot of promotional items.
Promotional items that is key for her. The other thing that I have used her for is so like
here come the secrets.
Little known fact about Renee, huge Disney fan, and we did a trip to Disney just this year, and I like to theme my attire depending on which park I'm going to. So I had her produce for me some specific themed tank tops to wear at Disney, and I basically found the art that I wanted and sent it to her, and she puts it on the shirt that you want. I have also had her do it for gifts. You know, if you have a sports lover in your life and you're looking for like a sweatshirt or something for them, she will take and produce it. And frankly, for what you will pay her, it is so much less expensive than what you would pay for something that is produced by the NFL.
Yeah.
Not anything against the NFL, but if you're looking to save, you know, $10, $20, this is a way that you can do it, and it's
and you're supporting local. You're supporting and investing in somebody you know. That money is staying here.
I mean, I had a sweatshirt for myself designed. Big news, people! I am a Browns fan.
That just means you're loyal and very persistent.
It's a brown shirt. You know, it says Browns Girl on the bottom, and I've had it for almost 2 years now, and it still looks like new. Yeah. It's fantastic. She does fantastic work, and there, like you said, is literally nothing she can't do.
So, yeah. So, we've kind of covered, I mean, our top kind of, I guess, Main Street choices.
Correct.
But there are a lot of other opportunities for gifting and things that you can get right here in Fostoria. I know we have a couple of favorite vendors that we use that are our regular farmers market vendors. They come to our sip and shop. Actually, the couple I'm thinking of were co-starter graduates.
Yes.
So there's Dan and Stephanie Torrey. They come to the farmers market. They're always at our sip and shop. They'll be here again on December 3rd. But you showed your Java's Enchanted Bean travel mug. Dan Torrey, of who has Bull Creek Laser, did those for her. And he, a little bit like Jenna, he can do all of kind of that engraving on cups. He can also do customized pictures on wood or other surfaces as well.
Yes.
And then, of course, Stephanie Torrey has all things beautiful body and bath. So she does soaps, lotions, scrubs, you name it, it runs the gamut. And
she is one who I have to be so careful when I walk up to her booth because her candles
are phenomenal.
There's a brown sugar and fig. Oh my God.
You've already put in your request. She bring it to the sip and shop.
It's euphoric. Her soaps. I think today I have the green tea. Fantastic. And my niece and nephew even love her soaps. They're so fun and creative.
Well, because she'll even do different scents in different shapes. And here's what kills me. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. And there's certain soaps that she'll do seasonally that actually have like a gold dusting across the top. Correct. And they do make lovely gifts. Like I don't think you'd think, well, it's a bar of soap that you would think to gift. Gift it. I do every Christmas. There's people that look forward to it every year. I'm sold on the lemongrass. I use it year round. I'm obsessed with it. The last farmer's market, I typically clean her out because I want to make it through the year. But there isn't a scent that she's made that I haven't liked.
If you're buying for kids, she does bath bombs that are phenomenal. And again, she does seasonal ones, and then she has some staple ones. Yeah. Those are always a crowd pleaser with kids. And the other thing I want to endorse for her is she uses everything that is all natural.
Yes, that's very important to her.
It's very important to her. And as we go into colder seasons, I don't know about anybody else, but your hands get dry and, you know, they crack. She has a hand balm. I prefer the lavender scent that I have never seen anything that works as well as that hand balm. I get it for family members every year for Christmas, and it lasts a long time. And they rave about how much better their hands feel as they go into the colder season.
And the soap is very moisturizing as well. And then and I don't want to leave out, we have another fabulous soap maker here in Fostoria.
We do.
We have Chinook Soap Company. Excellent soap. She makes a charcoal based soap that I buy specifically. I have teenagers. They love it. It really helps with acne flare-ups. And she makes a salve that's like a balm as well. So if you do have a cut or a scrape or a really, you have really super dry and chafed skin, that works phenomenally as well. And that can be found at the Thistle.
Yes, and she does, and I know people go back for it every year. She does shaving kits.
Yes.
With her soaps and everything as gift packages for men for the holidays. And I know that's always a crowd pleaser every year.
Because sometimes men can be really hard to buy for, and she boxes it up and it's perfect. So
yes.
You chuckle.
We're just gonna let that one go.
Move on. Certain subjects we won't talk about.
I would also want to say that over the years you find that people gift you things and you open it and you think, what am I going to do with this? And then you think afterwards, what did I do before this?
Yeah.
Gift certificates to the car wash.
Yes.
Gift certificates
for oil
changes. It's amazing. You open them up and you think, oh, how practical. But those practical gifts can turn out to be priceless.
Absolutely. And especially, we look at kind of right now, everything's gotten so much more expensive. I think sometimes, people are really monitoring their budgets. And I think back, and I know Reineke sells gifts of books of like a year of oil changes, or you can do that. And, sometimes those are things you forget about, or things get tight, and it's one of those things that maybe you opt not to do.
Yep.
It's a great gift, especially some people are super practical.
Yes.
Not like us. Some people really appreciate the practical. People like my husband. Or, at one point in time, we had a family member that knew that, my husband needed a new set of tires on his truck. And as a gift one Christmas, he's like, I'll pay for those. So it was super generous, but those are really practical things. Maybe not a whole set of tires. That's a very generous gift, but things along those lines, even gift certificates for salon services.
Absolutely.
We have great salons in this community. I did bring one of my favorite things, and you laughed at me, but I love this because you're like, well, you can get this anywhere. I go, I know, but I get it where I get my hair cut at North Street Styling. This is a game changer.
It's a 10. You gotta love it's a 10 products.
No, Natalie told me about it, which is how I find out about all the great hair products I use. But it's a 10 blow dry miracle split end because I do flat iron my hair. My hair is not straight. I'm telling you, this is why I still have hair on my head, because it protects it. But highly recommend. Get it at North Street. Don't order it off Amazon. Get it local. But yeah, so salon services, products, sometimes people just need to pamper themselves a little bit.
Well, and if you know somebody that likes to tan,
yeah,
or, wants that pampering, we've got the Beach House downtown. We have Au Soleil. They do so many different services, and sometimes it's nice to get that massage gift certificate or the one to get your nails done.
Or even for a guy, go to the barber shop. H & Co Salon has a barber in-house now. They do gift certificates and products. So,
And I think we would be remiss if we didn't discuss, I know I have family members that I do this for. They don't want the gift. And they want you to donate in their honor to some organization that maybe you support or they support. And we have so many wonderful organizations in town that if you're just looking to make a donation in someone's honor, please remember some of those organizations. It could be one of the United Way agencies that we had talked about in a previous episode. It could be, the local food pantry, the Red Cross. There are just so many opportunities. And we sometimes forget in the hustle and bustle of the season
Yeah.
that there are those that are less fortunate that really
Yes.
need that assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
it's always something to keep in mind.
There is always something to keep in mind, and even just those little things as you are out shopping for specific gifts. You know, here in Fostoria, they do Christmas for every child, so they're always looking for new toy donations. The Kiwanis Club participates in that. You can buy new books for kids, and there's boxes, gift wrap boxes that you can put those in all over town, and then those books are given to the kids for Christmas for every child.
Yes.
So there's just opportunities. So I think it's just, we do lose sight of that sometimes. You have your shopping list. You're out, buying for the people that, are present in your lives, but, keeping in mind that there's people that, are really struggling that need a hand up.
And I realized probably about 10 years ago, you think Christmas, you think kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing to me as I have ventured out into this world, how many times the elderly are forgotten in this season.
That's an excellent point.
And we do have 3 wonderful nursing homes here in town. And if you're looking for something different to do this year, maybe drop some stuff off to one of those nursing homes, because so many people don't have the family or feel depressed during the holidays.
It can be a hard time.
I think it's important that we try and remember people of all ages during this season. Mm-hmm. So while the kids they're critical to the season, kids are critical to Christmas, keep the elderly in mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about you, but I go to shop.
I know, now I want to shop. But I think we covered a wide range, and by no means I don't want any of our local businesses that, listen to feel excluded. I think the sky's the limit. We're very fortunate here that we do have so many locally owned businesses.
We do.
That run the gamut. And I just can't stress enough, as you think about your holiday shopping and even after the holidays, think about what you can buy from a locally owned business.
I love those gifts that somebody put some extra thought and time in. And people notice. They notice those little things. And if you can get them a gift that has a little story, and even if the story is, this came from Fostoria, they appreciate it so much more.
It's a story.
And that small business that you just supported, it means the world to them as well.
It really does. And when you look at your small, locally owned businesses, they're the ones that contribute most to the community.
Yeah.
Whether they're constantly, donating to a kid's little league team. Mm-hmm. If you get out to those fields, look who's sponsoring those kids. Look who's on their t-shirts.
Absolutely.
They're constantly being asked to donate, and they're donating. And then the tax dollars that you're spending in their store are staying in our county and in our community. Yeah. They're not going to another state or another city because of, that's where those corporate headquarters are. So when you spend money locally, more of it stays here. But you talked about thoughtful gifts. And what's the favorite gift you've ever gotten?
I'm sorry,
This
there
is hard.
No way I could legitimately answer that, because I have gotten some phenomenal gifts in my time. I'm a big advocate for the unexpected gifts. I am. I'm all about it.
And you are, and I'm not just saying this, you are a fabulous gift giver. Fabulous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because when I talk about when things just show up, if you're experiencing something, it was the holidays. My mother-in-law was very ill. Things were very tough. And you sent me a super unique gift. And it was, when you think about comforting someone, it was soup. You sent me a soup, and it was like this beautifully gifted thing. And it seems so simple, but it was just so heartfelt and so appreciated. But you're so good at finding those unique things and knowing what to send at just the right time.
Well,
you can just say thank you and move on.
Thank you. But I agree with you. It's the unexpected gifts that are the best. But what would be your favorite gift that you have gotten?
That one's really hard. Christmas specific?
Yes, because I'll tell you what mine is now that I've had 10 minutes to think about it.
I've been thinking about this, and it's hard because I don't know. And I always flash back, and this is going to seem so strange and kind of date me, but I just remember the Christmas where when I was a kid, I don't even remember how old I was, maybe 5 to 8, somewhere in that time frame, maybe. Cabbage Patch Kids were huge. And it was the Christmas where you could not find them. They weren't on shelves in stores. Like, there was this massive insanity about Cabbage Patch Kids. And I remember wanting one because everybody wanted one. And my mom had basically, who never lies to us, but basically, apparently she did lie, but you know, even though she adamantly does not promote lying, she had convinced us all that, sorry kids, it's just not going to happen this year. And we would always do a thing on Christmas morning where everything would be like set up under the Christmas tree, and we would come in and there'd be the pictures, you know, it was all this big thing. And I'll never forget walking into the room where the Christmas tree is, and just in the boxes, she didn't even wrap them. So this was her, there were a Cabbage Patch Kid for both me and my brother that were sitting there. And it was just the wow factor because, you know, it was completely unexpected.
Yes.
We weren't getting them. We'd come to terms with it. I don't know why that memory keeps coming back to me. I know I've had other phenomenal gifts that were super thoughtful, but for Christmas specific, oddly enough, it was the Cabbage Patch Christmas.
You obviously really wanted that.
I guess.
Doll.
I suppose. I don't know. There you go.
My favorite, most thoughtful gift I have ever been given as of this moment. Because I will
Pressure's
come
on,
up with
people.
other ones.
I know,
okay?
it's hard to think of.
So if you ever gave me a really thoughtful gift and this one isn't yours, please don't discount what you gave me because I'm sure I loved it, but it's not coming to my mind at this moment. This is specifically directed to my mother, who I'm sure will listen to this episode.
Our super fan.
Our super fan. For Christmas one year, I had a hope chest made for me.
Oh, yes.
My older siblings had all gotten together and worked on it, and it was hand done. The most beautiful piece of furniture that I own. And they lined the inside. They wrote a message on the bottom of it, and they did a scavenger hunt for me to find it.
Oh, wow.
But I use it to this day. I think I was 15 or 16 when I got it. And it was given to me to start saving those special items that you want when you move out and different things like that, but all hand done by family members.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most thoughtful gifts I have ever received. And it was a fun way to get it. And you get these things and it sits in my house and I walk by it all the time. And sometimes you just look over and, you know, you remember that moment and it makes you smile.
Yeah.
And sometimes you walk by it and don't think a thing about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that would be mine.
That one's good.
But Mom, please know that everything you've ever given me, I love, I cherish. You're my hero.
No, I know. It's like if you start calling out these
know.
ones, I don't want anybody to feel left out.
She gets phenomenal gifts, and there are millions that she has gotten me over the years. Millions. But that I'm drawing a blank on a lot of them.
I know.
It's the pressure.
I know. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
I blame Ashley for the pressure we're currently under.
But you know, we've really turned it around because as we tried to begin this episode, the struggle was real. There was a lot of laughter and flubbing, and you know, I think we almost nailed it. I said it. Now we're gonna struggle to end the show, but
we're gonna wind this down.
Yes.
So as we go into the holiday season and Christmas and beyond, please remember, shop local, support local. Local supports you. And we hope you all have a safe and wonderful holiday season.
Absolutely. And we look forward to new episodes in 2023.
Boy, that sounds creepy.
It does sound creepy.
But thank you for listening to this episode of Shut Up and Listen
Small Town Stories
with Sarah
and Renee.